Right after Schumer busted for helping NYC terrorist into U.S., he makes disgusting announcement to Trump. Yesterday afternoon, terror struck New York City and it had nothing to do with the Halloween festivities happening later that day. 29-year-old Saifullah Bolivic Saipov rented a Home Depot pickup truck and then drove it through a bike path in Lower Manhattan, running over innocent bystanders. This terrorist attack claimed the lives of 8 people and injured nearly a dozen more before law enforcement apprehended Saipov. Immediately after this heinous attack, a bombshell report revealed that Democrat leader Chuck Schumer enabled the NYC terrorist to enter the United States. Disgustingly, instead of taking responsibility for his actions, Schumer decided to make a revolting announcement. In the 1990s, Schumer crafted the diversity visa lottery program, which allows foreigners into the United States on a non-merit basis. What this means is that 50,000 randomly selected foreigners with no ties to anyone in the country were granted entry, and the only requirement is that entrants must be adults with a high school diploma or 2 years of work experience. The winners that are chosen are allowed to bring spouses and their children into the country. In fact, Saifullah Saipov was one of those individuals that were granted entry into the United States back in 2010. After it was discovered how Saipov gained entrance into America, President Trump took that opportunity to slam Schumer for the program that allowed this terrorist attack to take place. The terrorist came into our country through what is called the Diversity Visa Lottery Program, a Charles Schumer beauty. "I want merit-based," the president said. President Trump has been trying to overhaul the current immigration process by offering a more common-sense plan that would emphasize allowing immigrants to enter the United States based on their job skills and not on family ties. On Wednesday morning, Trump tweeted his proposal on Twitter yet again. Now, the program that President Trump is advocating for makes more sense than just allowing anyone to the country considering the amount terrorist attacks that have occurred. However, instead of the Democrat embracing the idea of welcoming the best candidates in the country, they are pushing claiming that this proposal is somehow racist. To make matters worse, Chuck Schumer dared to slam President Trump, stating that he was politicizing the tragedy. Here is more from the Hill. The president on Wednesday went on to tweet at Fox and Friends, a show he is known to frequently watch, saying his administration is fighting for a merit-based process and quoting a guest on the show, Tony Shaffer. Schumer, who played a role in the program's conception in the 1990s, responded a short time later, accusing Trump of being divisive during a national tragedy. 8 people were killed in the attack in Lower Manhattan. President Trump, instead of politicizing and dividing America, which he always seems to do at times of national tragedy, should be focusing on the real solution, anti-terrorism funding, which he proposed cutting in his most recent budget, Schumer said. "I'm calling on the president to immediately rescind his proposed cuts to this vital anti-terrorism funding." Fox and Friends earlier Wednesday morning tweeted a clip from Mark Levin's radio show in which the conservative host attacked the diversity immigrant visa program and pointed to Schumer's sponsorship. Fox and Friends. At Mark Levin Show, "We need to gut the diversity immigrant visa program. A lottery program is no way to run an immigration system." Schumer's sponsorship of the program also came up during a Fox and Friends interview with Sebastian Gorka, a former White House advisor. Various conservative commentators have seized on reports of how Saipov entered the country. Schumer is kinda gutsy to even go on the defensive with President Trump calling him out for politicizing a tragedy in the country. Did Schumer forget how quickly the left jumped onto gun control not even moments after the tragic shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada a month ago? What President Trump and the GOP is proposing is common-sense immigration reform that needs to be addressed. For far too long, our borders have been wide open, which has allowed less than desirable candidates to enter America and commit acts of terror on our citizens. If the left were genuinely concerned about protecting Americans, then they would get on board with Trump's plan instead of fighting it as hard as they are. It's truly inconceivable why the left is waging war against this common-sense immigration plan, is that it benefits America. The left is dead set on destroying the country by flooding it with illegal immigration and foreigners who will do away with our culture and collapse our infrastructure. The majority of these illegal immigrants and foreigners are placed on government assistance, and it is no secret that we as a government are kinda broke. If the system collapses, they can then push for a one-world currency and government, which has been the goal all along. This is what President Trump is up against, and we must stand beside him and help fight the left's dissuading goals. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.